Alright, YouTube, and this is 2cent back with my 2 cents on Echoes Mana, and today it is time for the 30-day account review. We're a couple days past 30, but it's the best we're going to do today, so let's get into it. So looking at my account here, I am rank 33, so I have spent plenty of resources kind of re-upping my energy, because I think it would be impossible to be at rank 33 at this point without utilizing a fair amount of pots and some crystals with that. So let's take a look at my profile sheet, because I think this is a pretty good indicator on what, how much you've been farming. And if you look over here, in my previous suggested video about using that 1 energy cost stage, you can see that I have actually went through and done that. My flail was at 1, and now we're up to 6 on it. But I have a pretty good amount all across the board here, and that's kind of what I wanted, just so I could have a little playroom as we got new units, that they weren't super low once I started putting them on my team. Granted, I would like to see all of these over 20. It's just that would take a lot more stamina now, especially since we no longer have that 1 energy stage. So if you're still looking at doing that, I don't think it's a super efficient way, but now we're basically back to farming the first story chapter. Let's see here, going on to the rest of it. Let's look at my gear. This is another indication of how much farming that you've really done, and I think this is really where that in-game kind of feel and goal really goes into. And you can see I have tons of maxed 5-star gear. Basically, this is what I've been really focusing on for each individual character that I get to max rank. Now, there is plenty of way to be a little bit more efficient with this. Say, you have 2 characters that share the same gear, but you hardly ever have them on the same team. Obviously, you're just going to be able to switch those back and forth. I would look at it like you're probably always going to utilize some sort of a support and debuffer or something like that. And so, you want to make sure that those units on your team get their full set of gear, but the DPS might be switchable depending on which kind of content you're going for. I think we're not quite there yet of just being able to unequip and re-equip over, and it's also really annoying to have to do it. I wish there was some quality of life of unequip all and even like an auto equip or something like that, even though I know that probably won't be the best way of going about it. But if we look in here, I have quite a few sets on them on our units here, and there's quite a few of them that are obviously need more work. But I think it's always best to get a full equipment out there on somebody, and then slowly replace it over time as you farm and get better gear. That way they're at least benefiting from what you got. Now, let's take a look over at my units, and I have put quite a bit of investment in this account, both in time and financially there. So obviously this is going to be at least a Dolphin level account as far as having units. And you can see that mostly in just the Hawkeye and the Kevin and Black Pearl. Some of the other ones are still like in that normal range that a lot of people will already have that on their account. I know a lot of people who went all out on that first standard banner and ended up being able to +6 a Rise and a Duran, or sometimes both. Interestingly enough, my Duran's only +2, but I still think he is a good unit to use, especially if you don't have Hawkeye. You're going to obviously be focusing a lot on Duran there. So my strategy here going into the more of the later piece of the game here is always be working on leveling up somebody. While you're doing your normal farming for the day. You get to the point where your account can kind of handle with your main 3 units, being able to farm even the harder stuff on auto. And I'm not talking about like events and tower, obviously, but look at my little party here. I have my 3 main units there, and then my sub units are all just leveling. And so I just kind of throw them out there. Sometimes I throw a card on them, sometimes I don't. But I always like to have that experience card on one of them. And my goal is, once I get them to max level, I just switch them out at this point. I've been doing that with anybody who is either 4-star rarity or somebody that I can easily +6 if they're not already +6. And with the luck I had on the Black Pearl banner, I ended up getting a lot of 3-stars and able to +6 quite a few of them. So that's been kind of where I've been transitioning my time and resources as far as getting experience on each of these units, mostly just so I could test them out, because I know quite a few of you don't have the opportunity to, go all in on these banners. They're expensive. And, even I'm not going to, I'm going to have to like skip the next couple banners. So I want to focus in on trying to get some of these 3 stars up. And so what I would like is down below, please leave a comment on which 3-star you would like to see a guide on or a review on. And I will work on that for you because I'm pretty sure I have most of them at least that kind of plus 3 range there, if not higher. So also, if you'd like to have your own account reviewed, I'm going to put a link down to a Discord that I have set up just purely for receiving some account review information. And feel free to join into that. And as long as you're subbed to the channel, I will provide you at least feedback via the Discord on your account. But I will be showcasing a couple of those in some videos that I'm doing in the future. So leave your like and your comment and you subscribe below, and then go over to that Discord and then just post your screenshots in there of the pieces of your account you'd like reviewed, and I will get back to you. And that's been my 2 cents.